of enlightenment in history, you could say is one of the key ways in which enlightenment is acting in the world, even now, and will for the foreseeable future.
I think that's a great possibility that enlightenment. This almost may be like morphogenetic fields, that enlightenment of some people may make it inherently easier for enlightenment of others to follow. And so if enlightenment is happening more and more rapidly these days, which is one theory that people are saying might be possible, that there may be an inherent drive in the cosmos to enlighten itself. In other words, it's basically crackling more and more with enlightenment. And that's part of his inherent drive to transcend its, like you say, ordinary limitations.
Yes, what's interesting to me is in part the way in which enlightenment has been inserted into history, into human history, as a way of I mean, you can think of it in terms of the knowledge and wisdom of human beings, that for the most part, everything that's interesting or important about what we believe or what we can believe or what we can accomplish has already been done, thought, or said thousands of years ago. Now, there are developments and changes in what enlightenment constitutes, but they're hard to see, given that our perspective is so limited. Perspective is limited to 70 or 80 years of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get a sense of the broader scheme of things. But I'm just struck by the way in which the dead hand of the past, in some sense, is still controlling us, even if it is the hand of Buddha.
So a question I have is, so you had mentioned that there's only a couple people who have truly been enlightened throughout history. Did I hear that correctly?
No, I only mentioned a couple, but I think there's been many more that have, not large in absolute numbers, but a whole passel full.
So, like, you can count them on two hands, or you can count them in a bucket, or what?
I would say that there's probably tens of thousands of enlightened people in human history.
Okay. So my question, so out throughout human history, that's not really a whole lot percentage-wise, right?
No.
So the question I have is, what constitutes an enlightened person? Because from what I was hearing, what Steve was saying from the universe perspective, it's like, fully embracing life, living, having an authentic life,
Mm-hmm.
Being creative, exploring all the boundaries. So if you have a person who is totally happy with their lives, living it to the fullest, aren't they enlightened? But they're just someone who is not getting the press.
Sure.
Now, They're not in the media. They're not writing books. They're not, on TV. They're not on the blogs. So they're just quietly, happily fulfilling their life expression in a very true, creative, authentic, happy way. Are they enlightened?
Well, I mean, you could say there's, an infinite number of ways that enlightenment expresses itself. So it doesn't look like one thing as a standard. That, they could be enlightened too. There could be a million ways to be enlightened. Right? If enlightenment is expressing the ultimate potential of reality, of the universe, then there must be an infinite number of ways.
Well, I know a few of them.
And
I'll introduce you to him if you want.
The
The most interesting man